Hi, and welcome to Sunday with Mike. On today's show, we're going to cover aging DJs versus younger DJs, being a team player, how to stop people from micromanaging your event, and paying attention to your background music selections. Special shout out to Howie in New Jersey and Brian in Wisconsin for their continued support of our show. Grab some coffee and join me. I'll be right back. And welcome back. I've got my coffee and I hope you have yours. Today I wanted to discuss a topic that's near and dear to me. As an older mobile DJ, I have often wondered many times, will my business start to decline because of my age? After all, why would a 25-year-old bride want to hire an older DJ for their modern, hip wedding? It's a really serious question, and I've asked myself this for many years now. And I do actually discuss it with couples who hire me once in a while. Not often, but I do bring it up occasionally. The overwhelming answer that I get is simple. They want the experience that I can bring to the table, so my age and knowledge weighs out any concerns that they have. But let's dig in a little bit deeper, shall we? As long as you're very mobile and you don't let yourself become that grumpy old man, and you strive to make your clients' events happy, you'll do just fine regardless of your actual age. Younger DJs tend to have a few negatives that are associated with them. They are often accused of making the party about themselves. They have a shorter attention span. They aren't as detailed. They tend to take shortcuts and wing it more than an older DJ will. The complaint that I hear the most is them hitting up on the bridesmaids. This, of course, does not apply to everyone, nor would anything else. But it's something to think about for all DJs, because if you're doing any of those things, you should correct it right away, regardless of what your age is. It's just not a good reputation to have. Then we have those issues that we're all never, ever, ever going to agree on that does play into your reputation in getting hired. Is drinking alcohol okay or not? Sitting down or standing up? Do you eat during the event, etc.? Since clients do share their experiences, both good and bad, on social media and with their friends, I'm going to share my process and what works for me. I'm not suggesting this is what you do, just what works for me. So I am, first of all, super detailed, and it is the one comment that comes up over and over and over again with my clients. They all say they appreciate how detailed I am and that I'm very, very thorough, and I take that as a badge of honor. I try to be as helpful as I can to all of my clients, even if it has nothing to do with music. I have been through this. They haven't. I want to share my experiences. I want to guide them. I want to help them. And I don't mind sharing other vendors and doing anything else that I can do to help that client take the stress away from their events. I stand the entire time that I'm on the premises. I don't sit down during background music. I don't sit at all. I am standing. There is a chair nowhere near my area. I drink bottled water during the entire time that I'm there, and I bring it from home in case they don't have any at the event. I may nibble on some finger food later in the evening after all of the guests have eaten, but I never ever load up a plate and sit down and eat. And lately, I've been rarely nibbling. I don't even get cake. I just leave it alone and eat after I'm gone. The compliment that I hear over and over the most is, again, as I said earlier, how detailed I am. And I think today's younger generation has a serious disadvantage in this area. So if you're an older DJ, use that skill to your advantage. If you're a younger DJ, then it's important that you start to develop this skill and learn to become very patient and very detailed, because the more involved you are in your events, the more you'll keep learning, and that experience will come back to help you for many years to come.
DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
In addition to the things that we normally think about in the course of being a mobile DJ, I also try to help by being a team player as much as possible. I will often arrive early, finish my setup, and offer to help others with anything that they may need. It's not required, of course, and I'm not looking for a pat on the back. What I've come to realize over the years is that for any event to be successful, the entire team needs to win, not just the DJ or the photographer, etc. Anything that could cause an issue could mess up the event for everyone. It's just human nature. Think about the last time that you were upset about something. Did it matter to you who was doing the right things at that exact moment? No, because you were focused on what had you upset. Later, when things calm down, that's when you start to divide up and everybody gets proper credit, right? Blame gets placed on the person that has the fault, and those who are innocent are cleared of any wrongdoing, and they're okay now. So by being proactive and being a team player will help you to get more referrals. It will help you to have a better working environment, and people are willing to help you as well. Recently, I wanted to write a blog post about a wedding that I was doing, and I was so far away from the ceremony that I couldn't get a decent picture. I reached out to the photographer, and she shared one with me that I could use within minutes of my request. No charge, here you go, send me a link back and it'll all be good. So when couples have a ceremony and a reception on the same property, I often see couples making the same mistake over and over again, and they are visualizing the event but have made no plans whatsoever for the guests that are walking up with gifts in their hands. Now they end up with ugly ceremony pictures because so many people in the audience are holding a gift that they brought for the couple, but nobody made any arrangements to have a table off to the side or have someone assigned to handle those, like the ushers. It's a really small suggestion with a huge payoff. So couple gets better pictures, and the guests are not sitting there the entire ceremony holding their wedding gift for the couple. So try to be more observant at every event that you do and ask yourself, how could this whole situation be better? Before long, you're going to start having a ton of suggestions for removing stress and helping your clients, which is so much more than being just a DJ. Learn to be that expert that your clients can count on. During my tenure as a mobile DJ, I have tried to overcome the common issues that repeatedly come up with a solid plan of action that solves that particular problem. I prefer to have my event notes in the correct order of the event, as I understand it's going to unfold. I can adjust on the fly with the best of them. It's not a question of being rigid. It's just frustrating when you have someone keep coming up to you all night long and saying, do this next, especially when they're always changing the planned order of events. I've been asked over and over during the years, how do I handle this problem? And my answer is that I used to have it a lot, but I've solved it for the most part. Every once in a while, it will still come up again and again, and I'll have a quick chat with the client and tell them something that will help to slow down the frustration with that person and the event and start to make everything flow better. So what's the secret? You just simply tell them that you have things already programmed in your computer and that they can do anything they want to do, but you need a 10-minute warning so that you can make the necessary adjustments to your DJ software. This is a simple statement. They don't know how long it takes you to make an adjustment, but it will help you a lot more than you realize now. Instead of hearing, do this next, you'll be hearing, okay, we need to do this, whatever this is, blank, in 10 minutes. This gives you time to wrap up your current music set, get ready for whatever that next thing is, and it just lowers the stress levels all the way around for everyone. The very best way to avoid this is to communicate with your client before the event and get on the same page with them. You have the opportunity to ask questions, make suggestions, be more involved in the planning of the event itself. You can discuss any special activities or special songs that might be needed. You can share with your client during this chat any of your experiences and input on this. And you can do this either in person or by phone. There's just no reason that you can't speak to a client before an event. It's just too easy to reach out and grab somebody on a phone. You'll need a few minutes warning. Just tell them, look, I'm going to need a few minutes warning before you want to make any changes to anything that's scheduled, so that way I'm on the same page as you are. Your clients will benefit from your help, and you'll gain a better insight into the kind of experience they're looking for. Knowing what your client is wanting from the event, what their goals and objectives are, is half the battle, and you'll be a lot closer to being able to make the event a success from the client's perspective. So here's a quick tip for you. When you're playing background music for cocktails or dinner for an event, make sure that you have a list handy of all of the important or special songs for that event so you don't accidentally play them in your background music selections. This has happened to me twice in recent memory, and it almost happened again last weekend. I'll be a lot more diligent going forward and probably start actually printing a handy list of those special reserved songs to make sure that they don't get by me again. It was a little embarrassing when the groom looks at you while cutting the cake and asks why you're playing his first dance song in the background music. It actually happened. It wasn't intentional. And so it just happened to be one of my favorite lists that I like playing at wedding receptions. And it just so happened that his first dance was in that list. So in the future, I'm going to be much more careful. I didn't catch it until he mentioned it. I quickly faded it and apologized, and it all worked out fine. He was forgiving and everything was fine. But it's not cool to do that. You don't want to play their first dance before they're actually on the dance floor. And so, as you can imagine, I was quite embarrassed. So learn from my mistake and remove those important songs before the event, or make a list so that you can't forget and just keep your eyes on what's playing next. So that's going to be our show for today. I hope that you've learned something and that you'll share the show with your friends. Give me your thoughts down in the comments section, and be sure to give us a thumbs up. We're saving a seat for you in the Sunday with Mike Facebook group. I hope you'll join us there, where we discuss more about each particular show, and I answer questions if you want to talk about anything else regarding the show. And otherwise, we'll see you next week.